Hello and welcome to Schoology in the English Classroom. My name is Juanita Aber. I'm an English teacher at Goose Creek CISD and a master's student at the University of Houston. We all know the teacher triathlon, lesson plans, grading, report cards, and often even more than just those three. Schoology is a learning management system that can help us manage a lot of those teacher duties. It can be used to organize class materials, assignments, and assessments. It tracks and calculates grades and helps students and teachers communicate with each other.
Ever wonder why it's so hard to manage your daily teaching tasks, even with all the available technology? You might be overwhelmed, using one system to post assignments, another to record grades, and yet another to maintain your calendar, all while relying on email to communicate. Well, now there's a simple way to manage your classroom. Schoology streamlines your workload without slowing you down, so you can spend less time administering your tools and more time teaching, communicating, and collaborating. And it's free. Schoology lets you organize your courses, post content for your students, and track due dates to easily manage your schedule. You can increase student engagement by hosting interactive discussions and grade your students on their participation. Your students can even take online tests and quizzes directly within the platform, allowing for immediate scoring and analysis. Schoology makes collecting homework easier than ever. Students can submit their assignments into an online Dropbox, where you can provide one-on-one feedback and track revisions.
We've all been there. We put off grading for a couple days too long and end up dragging home bags full of student papers and crumpled folders. And in our attempt to caffeinate enough to get it all graded, coffee ends up covering student work. I have been known to pass back homework with coffee stains. With Schoology, all of that grading can be contained within your favorite device, leaving plenty of space for that cup of coffee to sit happily upright. Quite often, I end up doing much of my grading as students are finishing their assignments in class, giving them almost instant feedback and reducing the amount of grading I have left to do at home. There are a million wonderful features of Schoology, and even more when you look at the paid enterprise version. But for the sake of this presentation, I chose these four main features: assessments, assignments, discussions, and badges. They are all a part of the free basic version, and they are simple and easy, saving you time and frustration. Let's get started with assessments. The only question more common than students asking, "Is this going to be on the test?" is teachers asking themselves, "Do I really have to grade this?" With Schoology, the answer can often be no, you don't have to grade it. Schoology has 6 question types, 5 of which can automatically grade themselves, saving you precious time to spend on binge watching Game of Thrones, or analyzing the data from your assessments, working with students, and determining the next steps for your lessons. In addition to quizzes, Schoology can replace all of those paper assignments. We all have a love-hate relationship with the copier. Schoology can fix this. Putting assignments, or even just resources, on Schoology means you're not making endless copies. Last year, my husband, who also teaches English, did not have access to Schoology. He went through 4 cases, or 20,000 pieces of paper. My first year using Schoology, I didn't fully embrace it, and I used 3 cases, or 15,000 pieces of paper. The year that I fully embraced Schoology and had almost every assignment available on Schoology, I used only 1 case, or 5,000 sheets. This doesn't mean that students were required to complete all of their work within Schoology. In many cases, it simply kept me from having to make additional copies to replace lost assignments. Many times, I made only 50 copies and gave students the choice between completing the work on paper or on the computer. However you use it, more assignments on Schoology equals less paper used. After students submit their assignments, Schoology has a viewer built into the site so you don't have to download each document. If you use a rubric, you only have to click the appropriate section to quickly assign points and instant feedback. If you don't have a rubric for the assignment, you simply type the grade into the box and add specific comments if you'd like. In keeping with universal design for learning, Schoology allows for multiple means of expression. It's not just documents. Students can turn in audio recordings, images, PDFs, PowerPoints, drawings, or video recordings. Schoology also allows for student discussions. I love using discussion posts because they allow for all students to contribute to the conversation. They work great for entrance and exit tickets. Okay, these aren't really the kind of discussions we're talking about, but it is a cute cartoon. Schoology discussions are pretty simple. My favorite feature is that you can require students to post before they can see their peers' responses. This is great for ensuring that students think through their own responses and aren't tempted to get ideas from each other before posting. Grading is super simple. This box pops up next to each student's post, allowing you to type in the grade and leave a comment just to that student. You can also reply to the student's post if you'd like to comment in a way that all students will see. And finally, badges. Kids all love rewards and positive reinforcement, which is why gamification is so popular. If you've never attempted gamification, badges in Schoology are a great way to stick your toe in the water. There are 10 badges already created by Schoology, and you can easily customize your own. You can award them to all students or click the individual boxes to award to specific students. I created this badge specially for you listening to this whole presentation. I even awarded it to you. See, it feels awesome to earn a badge. Works like a charm on teachers and students alike. If you'd like to get started using Schoology and don't know where to start, please feel free to join my Schoology group. I have some already made resources, including an entire flipped lesson on the 4-sentence structures, that you can feel free to adapt and use in your own classrooms. And I'm always adding to these resources. You can also check out my blog for more ideas, or feel free to contact me via email or Twitter. And thank you so much, and happy learning.